I know this is slightly to the one side of what we were doing, but I thought I would pass around 10 great questions to ask when networking, especially when it's not your strength. So I can pass those around, and you can keep those in mind. You don't have to take notes on this presentation because I will email it out to you if you want. And prepare to fail to prepare and all that. Everybody should have had a wee pad to write on, but I went and typed in some files this morning. Nor the projector, nor the plug in, or anything else. But
did you request it?
Oh, no, we didn't.
Field plan.
Hey ho, there we go.
Blame the chancellor.
Yeah, so you can. So if you want to write, you can write on, either on the front or the back of that sheet whenever you get it. A minister once told me that it took him an hour of preparation and study for every minute of his sermon. Now, based on the length of time this guy preached, I reckon he mustn't have done much else during the week. But although I deliver my elevator pitch several times a week, and I do prepare it carefully, I don't often think of the actual nuts and bolts of how I do it. So I'm going to refer to my notes quite frequently in this because I will admit that I'm a bit out of my comfort zone with this presentation. And as I said earlier, I will email it out to you if you want it, if you want to look at it. I've built this from scratch, so there aren't any of the quite often the fancy transitions and things that we do have on our slides. But here we go anyway. Let's have a look. See. So sorry for this, guys. It's death by PowerPoint. Okay, elevator pitch. An elevator pitch is a short summary used to quickly, simply to define your profession, your product, your service, or whatever you do, organisation or event, and its value proposition. So why would you use WPA against anything else or whatever? So that's really what you're looking at. Now, the history of the elevator pitch came from, it's actually America, like all things that are a pain in the ear end, it came from America. And it's based on the early times of the studios in Hollywood. And it was literally a case of you got into the elevator with the guy, the top guy from the studio, and you had the length of time it took the elevator to rise to pitch to him exactly why your script would be making into a good film. And you had 30 or 60 seconds to do this as the elevator went up. And the guy obviously was captive in the audience, so he couldn't get away from you. In some of the films I have seen over the years, it would appear that 30 or 60 seconds was all the thought that went into it. But never mind, we'll go with that. Okay, so what are the components that you want to put into your elevator pitch? Okay, first thing, know exactly where you want to go. Your elevator pitch should answer 3 questions. Who you are, what you do, and where you want to go, or what you want from the people that you're talking to, and how they will give you help to get there. Remember, in this environment, I'm not really interested in selling to the room. You all know what I do, so I reckon by now, if you'd wanted private medical insurance, you would have spoken to me. But I'd like to think that you would have asked me before now, but it's not so much the people that are in the room, it's the people that you know. So it's your circle or your people that you yes, you could deal with whatever. Okay? So that's one of the things. Second thing is to do with the components of what you have. I'll suggest to bullet point it. This isn't preparation. This is not for obviously for when you deliver it. But bullet point it down. Write down your bullet points. So that explain why you're great. Discuss your work history, your background, your skills, and your accomplishments and your goals. Keep out any irrelevant details like I started with today with grandsons and things. And take that away as your core message. Don't forget your USPs, which are your unique selling points, in case anybody asks, because I thought, what is a I actually studied, I thought, what is a USP? I couldn't even remember. Okay, so write them down. Write down as many bullet points as you can think of. You can always pare it down later. You can always cut out ones that you don't think are so relevant, but get them all down first of all, and then use that as your part of your preparation. There's another part of it which is very important, is tell them a story. Okay. I remember Max Bygrave's catchphrase, I want to tell you a story. Well, that's terrible.
Stick to the day job.
Yeah, stick to the day job. But probably a lot of you don't even remember Max Bygrave's. But it was his catchphrase. It was something that he, as soon as you saw him and I did that, you remembered it. And it's probably a long time that a good catchphrase or telling a story will be remembered a long time afterwards, because we do work as associate machines. Our minds work as associates. We remember things better when there's a story or an association to go along with it. Isn't that right, Donald? Good, he's nodding. Good. We're on the right line now. So, if you want to tell a story about what you do, remember about, I can tell you the story of somebody that WPA made better and got sorted out and all that. That's a story you will remember that wee bit better. Okay, let's see what's on next. Some more components. Okay, eliminate jargon. Okay, there's no point in using a lot of industry jargon or a lot of things like that. To most people, that will mean absolutely nothing. Okay, now it does say dumbing down is a real complex, is a real art, and it is. But a good strategy is to imagine explaining it to your parents or me, and using a similar formula in your elevator pitch. Okay. Fiona, for example, produces beautiful pictures, photos. Okay. I don't need to know that she uses a Canon digital SLR XP347C at a setting f14 at C143 with a filter of homo, blah, 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 blah. She just takes beautiful photographs. Okay? So we don't need that bit. We just need the wee bit that says she takes beautiful photographs. Okay? Some other components that you might add into it as well, if we're going to go, has a hook. Okay? This is the element that literally snags your interest, people listen to. Some of our ones are like ensure health, enjoy life. And you've heard me say that. And you've heard me say that we are passionate about what we do and we're compassionate about the way we do it. I was thinking about once for the room, and I've picked on Fiona, so I'll pick on Audrey this time. And maybe a memory hook for Audrey might be, the best way to get wet is with friendly solutions. Might work.
No, just stand outside.
But think about it carefully. It may be that that will be all that people remember about you. Okay? Another thing, component. Make sure it invites conversation. Okay? Telling your story, the listener needs to be left wanting more. Okay? Is your story compelling enough to do this? If not, you need to change your pitch. I was at a networking meeting recently with 60-second slots, and there were 40 people in the room, and they were doing 40, 60 seconds. Apart from losing the will to live about halfway through, it was only the good ones that I actually remembered anything about, and it was only the good ones that I remembered any sort of memory hooks or any sort of bits and pieces. So don't be lost in the crowd of stuff. Try and make it individual. Okay, this is the interactive bit. Time's going well, so we're doing alright. You want to be able to do, let's see if we can do an elevator pitch in 35 words. Okay? And the elements you want to put into it, remember the 3 questions: who, what, and where. The bullet points you want to maybe put into it, maybe tell a story, certainly eliminate your jargon, has a hook, make sure it invites a conversation, and there is a prize. And that's just one.
How long do we have?
Okay, you got 2 minutes to prepare.
Oh, Jesus.
2 minutes, 35 minutes.
Didn't say you got to use your brain this morning.
Go on. I'm going to ask the chairwoman, who is counting furiously. Would you like to pass it over to Simon to count that for you?
33.
33 words, okay.
Well, no, it actually is 35.
Okay. Give me a number between 1 and 12.
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ernie, do yours.
I'm finished. It's Ernie Spence, 40s businessist. I support small businesses with their marketing. Could be as small as writing a strapline to as large as a marketing campaign. So if you don't have the time, the tools, the talent and the trust, give 40s businesses a call. And I just need to reduce some of the stuff in that.
How many words is that?
19, 20, 34, 46 at this point.